All the way to the backstop, Eric, and the runner's going to head home, and there's the throw, and it bounces off the runner. And King will cross the plate, and King, thanks to being plunked by a pitch and 3 wild pitches, is now scored, and the Celtics lead 1-0.
There you see it looks just like a fastball that gets away, and it was a mirror image of the pitch before, in which King moved to third, and he gets a great jump here from home, beats Robbins to the plate. Good effort by Brad Pruitt getting back to the baseball, but couldn't catch it in time.
So Schilling at first. We've seen a walk, a strikeout, 3 wild pitches in the bottom of the first. Runners going on to play, the throw down to second base, and the tag applied. Got it. Nicely done by Brad Pruitt. He has got the arm. He's thrown out 9 base runners so far this season. But the Celtics have scored after 1-0 Dublin Jerome. High school baseball right here on CSN. 1-0 as we go to the top of the second inning of play here on CSN between the Wildcats and the Celtics. High school baseball continues on CSN on Monday, April the 28th. Tune in at 10:30 to see the Delaware Hayes Pacers host the Thomas Worthington Cardinals. Check your local listings for further replays. It's high school baseball on CSN, bringing you local sports
now.
Thank you very much. Let me recap that first inning off the top of my head. We saw an error. We saw a wild pitch, a walk, 3 wild pitches, and a batter that was plunked, and another walk. And with that, when you combine the top of the first and the bottom of the first combined, it's now 1-0 as we go to the second inning of play. What was missing from that equation there?
A hit?
Thank you very much.
The 2 caught stealings.
That is the ultimate small ball. Yes, and a couple of caught stealings as well, too. Here's the top of the second now. First pitch swinging. And nicely done at shortstop by Phillips. The long throw, not in time, but a great job by Phillips just to get there. Try to knock that one down, and Brad Pruitt will lead it off with a base hit here at the top of the second inning of play. So there is your base hit, Eric.
There was the base hit. Good play by Phillips getting over, as you mentioned. He had to go down to a knee, kind of slipped, jumped back up and made a good throw, but Pruitt there is not the typical catcher. He has some pretty good speed and got down to first base in fine fashion. Let's see if Tim Bates chooses to get him going sometime in the count. Brings up Landis now, takes a first pitch strike. Now, sometimes you talk about advancing a guy by a bunt, but this is a guy, I don't think you want to take the stick out of his hand. You look at Derek Landis, he's got 2 homers so far in the campaign, 11 RBIs, one of those a grand slam against Mount Vernon. Throw to first, the tag. And according to Darren Hess, the runner back in time now, and Brad Pruitt, by the way. Landis at the plate, knocked in 11. He also has a 2-bagger on the campaign. He's walked 3 times. Well, I think what we'd be more apt to see, Randy, would be maybe a hit and run. Try to get the infielders moving a little bit, get Pruitt running around, because Landis can hit those gaps, and if he does that, Pruitt could come around and score and tie it up. Fastball just misses outside. Goes to a ball and a strike. Interesting when you look at Landis, he has got a complete swing. And when I mean complete, I mean he does not get cheated, Eric. He goes all the way around and then some. Randy, as coaches, we say he gets his hacks. That's right. It's a bit of a violent swing when he goes all the way. That one stays high as he checks his swing. And watch, Randy, that was just a little bit of a check swing, because when you swing that hard, you really can't hold up. But that time it was just kind of an offering with his shoulder. Ahead in the count, he'll be hacking here. He'll go to Otterbein. He was actually the backup quarterback, I think, on the football team this past season, too. He had never played football on a high school level. He comes out and backs up the quarterback situation for Rocky Pentello and company this past season. You know, sometimes you might see that with a defensive player, but usually not a quarterback. Stays high and away. The count goes 3-1. Robbins and Johnson, the 2 starting pitchers. Neal on the hill. His height at 6'8", the tallest pitcher we'll see this season. You can see what Derek has done. That's 682 slugging percentage. Second on the team. Another reason why you don't want to take the bat out of his hands. And lines that one off the foot of Johnson. Dribbles up the first baseline, and now we'll have to see the status of Neal Johnson. That one looked like it went off his left foot, Eric, as it bounced towards the hill. Let's take a look at this one more time. We're going to get a great look here. Right off that ankle bone, maybe, Randy. Boy, that's got to hurt. He couldn't find the baseball, so give Landis a base hit, the second one of this inning to start the inning, but he says he's okay. And neither one of the base hits have left the infield, but Westerville South with 2 on, nobody out for Ben Williams. Let's see if he throws a pitch here, Randy. Remember, Chris Hughesman said that he doesn't like to warm up. There he goes. He'll say, I'm ready. Let's take a look at that one more time. That's an interesting story, too, about Neil Johnson. That is indeed a fact. He does not like to have to warm up. And Chris Huseman says, you know what, you get the same guy whether he warms up or not. Might as well save some of the tosses in his arm. And there it is, right above that left ankle.
At 6'8", it's a little tough to get that glove down 60 feet away after he delivers that. He's got to do something on that finish to be ready to field it.
Ben Williams, 4 for 12 on the campaign. Do you contemplate a bunt here?
Probably will. Want to get
nope.
Hit it through the hole.
And a nice job by the second baseman to knock it down and swart and make the play. Shades of Mr. Valentine at second base last year when we saw him over at Worthington Kilbourne. Makes the play for the out. On the play, though, the two runners advanced to second and third, respectively, in Landis and Pruitt.
Well, that's as good as a bunt right there. But what a great play by Swart. He leaves his feet here, corrals the ball, has the presence of mind to pick it up, spin, and make a good throw and give him that first out, but also move the runners over, as you mentioned, second and third.
Here's Garrett Gillette now, the DH. Fastball stays high. Gillette is DHing for Jake Wilson, the right fielder. You can see his numbers so far in the campaign. Really impressed Coach Bates with what he did in the offseason. Been hitting very well. When you look at it, just a youngster, too.
Sophomore.
Yep, he's a guy that's probably a year away maybe from playing in the field every day, but has the hitter's eye right now. And, you know, Eric, you know, sometimes it's difficult. You never know what pace a guy will let his fielding catch up with his hitting. Gloved by the pitcher Johnson, looks the runners back, and now he's got two runners trapped at third base. Good job by Johnson to keep it. Let's see if he runs it back, and now they apply the tag, and out at third.
We got to play it
and now we got two runners at second base, so we have a chance to make another play. We need somebody to cover first base, and the throw back there, and
that's not a force play.
You got to tag him. It's not a force play. On that particular play, Jared King thought if I go back to the bag, I've got him, but the force was taken off on the play at third base with the tag applied there, so you have to tag him at first base, too. They had the chance to get two, but instead, they just get the runner at third, and South kind of running themselves out of a rally here.
Well, in that situation, the runner on third, Jared Pruitt, when the runner on second forces him off, Pruitt should just go stand on the base and allow his runner from second to come on to third base. And he really got confused there and made a mess of it. And I tell you what, Westerville South was lucky they got out of it with just the one out. Now there's two away in the inning.
So Landis is now at second base. Gillette is at first. Eric and I are behind the plate. And here's Jared White, third baseman. To say this has been a wacky start to this contest would probably be an understatement. We have seen more quirky things in an inning plus than we saw the first two games combined.
I can't catch up. And you're right, Randy. I didn't move at all on that.
You didn't?
I sat right here in this chair. Even with wheels on it, I didn't move.
You kept your foot on the bag, Ironside.
Thank you.
Here's the 1-0. Late swing and out of play by Jared White, a guy that we thought could pitch today, but actually pitched over the weekend. Did a good job in that contest, a victory over Westerville Central. So he is instead playing third base because Landis moved from third to first because Alex Mays is on a college visit. In that game, 4-2 was the final over Central. With the Warhawks and at the distance, giving up just 2 runs on 7 hits. 1-2 the count here. With 2 outs, 2 on. And South trying to salvage something. Down by a run in this contest, way outside as Johnson just tries to nibble a little bit. Brian Williams would be on deck, no relation to Ben Williams.
Well, and Johnson right here has a great opportunity to get out of a huge threat without giving up a run if he can manage to get White out.
Foul tip caught by the catcher, nicely done by Lento, and that will go down as a strikeout for Neil Johnson. He survives an ankle hit and some interesting base running. After 1.5, the Celtics lead 1-0 here on CSA. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the second inning of play. Dublin Jerome on top of Westerville South by a count of 1-0. Thanks to Straight Up of Delaware for supplying our lifts for this contest, and you and I, Eric, are in a press box, but I loved that last week, despite the fact that it was 12 below.
Me too, and Randy Silcott was disappointed when he found out we were going to be up here in the press box instead of up there hanging out with him.
First pitch fouled off at the plate by Josh Lento, the catcher. It's Lento, Keist, and Ring. 23 pitches tossed by Eric Robbins in that first inning. I'm trying to recreate that off the top of my head. That fielder's choice.
We may have to go to another replay.
1-2-5-2-5.
Is that what you're doing?
I'm thinking 1-2.